Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, Roxstars, so today is the day that Aramis Asghedom, I'm sure I'm not saying his name correctly, I'll put it on the screen, but the man we all know as Nipsey Hussle will be laid to rest. Actually, I'll take that back. His family is going to have a private funeral. However, all of the rest of the public will be able to memorialize this young man today in a memorial service at the Staples Center. 21,000 seats. They say that the tickets were all distributed within, I believe, 30 minutes. I know a lot of people that were logged in trying to get tickets were not able to get in. I don't know when the line started online on the app, but yeah, definitely knew that they were going to fill every seat in that building, and deservedly so. A great person is being laid to rest. So the memorial service, the celebration, will be aired on BET today, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and immediately following the service, there will be a procession of his body that's driven throughout the streets of Los Angeles and the communities that he made a difference, whether it was his businesses, whether he lived there at one time, or was influential in that community. He is going to be going on a 25-mile, basically a rectangular drive through Los Angeles. So if you weren't able to get tickets and go to the memorial service, you will be able to pay your respects that way. So it starts at the Staples Center, ends at Angelus Funeral Home right there on Crenshaw and Coliseum. So I'm just glad that he's finally going to be able to be laid to rest. It's just still been a very sad story to me, but like everything else, life does have to go on. So, we can put his body to rest, and everyone can get on with the business of grieving and trying to accept what has happened, especially his family, his loved ones. I'm sure the service is going to be beautiful. I don't believe I will be watching it. It's just still a sad subject for me. I don't think that I could watch that service and be at work and try to be productive and all of that. So I'm sure I'll see many clips of it. Maybe eventually I'll watch the service, but today I don't think I'm going to do so. So proud of my city that they are honoring him this way. Also proud to hear that they are naming Crenshaw and Slauson, the intersection, Nipsey Hussle Square. Actually, it's going to be his actual real name that his mom and daddy gave him. But, it'll be known as Nipsey Hussle Square. And good for him. I didn't think that they needed to rename Crenshaw or Slauson, and I knew that they weren't going to. I honestly did not think that they would even do this square. I had said that, yeah, the square would be a good idea just to name that intersection. I thought that would be cool. I never saw them doing that, so just the fact that they did do that, he made such an impact, and I'm positive he did not know what impact that he had made on that city while he was alive. So I think that is a great thing. I think it's also fantastic that Councilwoman Karen Bass has, entered his contributions to his community into the congressional record. So he will definitely be, going down in history. And for all that he's done, it will, forever be recognized. So I think that is a great thing as well. And we're just going to focus on what's great today. We're not going to talk about the ignorance that also surrounds, his passing and the things that people have been saying and what's going on in social media, because we just won't even be disrespectful that way. So again, prayers up to his family. I think that they are handling it gracefully. My heart still breaks for Lauren London and their kids that they have. It's still a very sad subject to me. So I haven't even really been watching everything that's been going on. Like, everything that I hear from this story is from my husband or from Deborah, or if I'm scrolling through Instagram. I've largely stayed off of Instagram, just kind of scrolling through here and there, preferring to actually just scroll through my my planner Instagram account, because everything over there is unicorns and clouds, you guys. Happiness always. And that's just sort of what I need these days. So that is that. I don't know. I'm sure many of you guys will be watching the memorial service today. You guys will have to let me know how it was. And that is pretty much all I have to say. We lost a real one there. Heaven definitely gained another angel. So rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. You guys, so the Leaving Neverland documentary. If you guys noticed, I never spoke about it. I never watched the documentary. I had no interest in it. I didn't believe it. I wasn't going to give it my time or energy. I hadn't planned on ever speaking on it. However, I guess I must mention that there has been some controversy surrounding it. I mean, more controversy. It seems that there are problems in the timelines of one of the victims that has recited his story. Now, again, I have not seen the documentary, so I'm not quite sure exactly what he said. However, one of the victims by the name of James Safechuck, he said he was molested by Michael Jackson between 1988 and 1992. And one of the accounts that he said, and evidently was a very descriptive account in the documentary, one of the accounts he described this molestation taking place in the train station at Neverland Ranch. I had no idea that there was even a train station there. He said that he had been molested from 1988 through 1992 by Michael Jackson. And I believe he's around my age, so 1988 he should have been about 16 years old, they're saying. Well, now word has come out that that train station that he gave this detailed account was not even in existence until, well, construction started in 1993 and it was finished and opened in 1994. So the whole time that he was, you know, recalling this molestation taking place, the train station was not even there. And that also changes his age. If it was 4 years earlier, he was much younger. And so there are some differences in his account and in his story. You know, people are wondering if HBO even knew about this, if they properly vetted this story, just to make sure that, you know, they investigated, so because these are serious allegations, obviously. And no, that does not completely cancel out what the alleged victim said has happened, but it definitely raises some suspicion, correct? Now they're saying that HBO and Oprah Winfrey have distanced themselves from the documentary. They're saying that, they were saying that, rumor was that HBO had removed it from their current schedule, you know, their lineup. And now HBO has come out and said, absolutely not, we have not removed it from our current lineup. It was always scheduled to just run through April 16th, and then it will move to HBO Go and HBO Now, which I believe are the apps where you can actually stream it or watch it on your phone or your tablet or the such. Okay. But that's interesting to me that they would remove. They're saying that this was like the second most watched documentary that HBO has put out in the last 10 years. 7.5 million viewers. If this was such a large documentary for the network, why would they remove it? Keep that bitch running if that's how you feel. But instead, they have removed it off of their main lineup, and now it'll just be, you know, I feel like they've moved it over to the app so that it can just quietly go away. But of course, they're saying no, it's just going to be over there. They've got other things scheduled for. So it could be, take that however you want. But also, interestingly enough, Oprah Winfrey removed the interview that she did after the documentary aired with the alleged victims. And I'm sure Oprah Winfrey was getting a lot of backlash for that. But the fact that she removed it from her YouTube page and just completely has removed it from her social media is telling, right? I think Oprah considers herself a journalist. It may be a media journalist, but a journalist nonetheless. And you know, journalists usually, when they say something or post something, you know, they like to stand behind their word. And she strikes me as the type that's not going to just be removing shit because of the pressure of the public. So again, take that however you want. But it sounds like to me that they're just quietly trying to scrap that documentary, move on with their lives. All right, now you guys can still feel how you feel about the documentary, whether you believed it or not. Everybody's entitled to their feelings, but I'm just letting you know that there's still some strange things going on about that documentary, and looks like eventually we probably won't hear too much more about it. Alright, you guys, so the Billboard Music Awards for 2019 will be taking place again in Las Vegas. It's going to be hosted by Kelly Clarkson. You guys know we got to get her ready for this talk show that she about to be, you know, having. They gave Steve Harvey the boot for her. I thought we voted, though, that we don't have to have hosts anymore. I mean, she's cute and bubbly enough, but you know, we really can do without them these days. But anyway, the Billboard Awards will air May 1st. It's going to be at the MGM Park Gardens. Is that what they call it? Garden Arena. MGM Garden Arena. The nominations came out, and yeah, we got the names that we expected, but boy, a whole bunch of nominations. They said that Cardi B is leading the pack with 21 nominations. I said, what the fuck did they? I mean, how many categories is she able to qualify for? I mean, did they put her down for best male artist and all of that? 21 is a whole bunch. Definitely she won't win them all, but still, that's still good for her, and just lets you know what a blockbuster hit that her first album was. Let's see, who else? Post Malone and Drake tied for 17 nominations. Travis Scott got 12 nominations, and XXXTentacion got 10 nominations. I swear I have never heard an XXXTentacion song. I don't know what that boy has sang. Like, they never play it in I mean, out here in Atlanta anyway. I never hear his music. You know, I don't know. But I know Billboard has to do with the sales, right? Or the rotations on the radio and all of that. I know after he died, his music, you know, it skyrocketed because everybody was trying to listen to his music and all of that. Pretty much like what's happened with Nipsey Hussle. They say that his sales went up 2,000% or something like that, and that his last album, The Victory Lap, is now #2 on the Billboard charts, and that was largely in part because of his death and everybody trying to listen to his music and hear what he was talking about. Oh, you guys, why don't we give our people their flowers before they're gone? So that's probably where XXXTentacion, where his sales skyrocketed the same like Nipsey Hussle's did. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't get my words together. But good for all of them. I actually saw Ariana Grande's name quite a bit as well. And then, you know, other people splashed on in there just to round it out for good measure. I don't normally watch the Billboard Awards because usually they're very poppy. But this one actually seems pretty interesting, so we'll see how it goes. But congratulations to all of the nominees. And if it's good enough, who knows? I may even review it. Maybe. You guys will see how it goes. But congratulations to the nominees. The Billboard Music Awards, like I said, May 1st. So Dwyane Wade has officially played his last NBA ball game last night. Okay, you guys know he is retiring after a lengthy and successful career, mostly with Miami Heat. He jumped around, went to Chicago for a second, took that ass right on back to Miami, and retiring there, which I think that's where he needed to retire anyway. Even though Dwyane Wade is nowhere near my favorite. If you guys have watched me any length of time, you guys know how I feel about Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union. However, I have respect for him as a basketball player. He has had some great moments in the NBA. So, yeah, we, you know, retiring out another great, and good to see him go, you know, healthy and you know, got a lot going for him. He's got his new baby, Shady Baby, who I love, you know, she's dead on Dwyane. I mean, looks exactly like him. He looks very happy that he's got his girl. Him and Gabrielle both look very happy that, you know, they're new parents again. He can be with his boys and his wife and his new baby and ride off into the sunset. He slowed down considerably, so I knew that it was coming soon. And we're going to be seeing a lot more people retiring. You know, some big names that we all know and love. In these next couple of years, I got quite a few people that's kind of ready, if you ask me, to take it on home as well. And then, speaking of the NBA, Magic Johnson will be stepping down from his position. He is the team's president of basketball operations. And we remember when he came on and Jeannie Buss was all like, this is great for the organization. And we all thought that this was great for the organization. Him being a former Laker, you know, a pillar of the Laker community, basically, and just always there anyway. So, you know, they gave him that official title. Well, it turns out that Magic Johnson does not like being the president of basketball operations. It's one thing to be a great player. It's one thing to be a big brother to the players and just kind of giving them advice from the sidelines. It's another thing to actually have an official title, and now you are a part of the business organization. You're no longer big brother. Now you are boss. Okay, he made the decisions for the team. That means the hiring and firing of the coaches, of the ball players. And you know, when you somebody that was always fun and being around, you know, the players and being able to give advice but never having to take, you know, it's not on your shoulders. It's different when you are making decisions for players that could essentially change their entire lives. Like, you know how they'll just get rid of you, trade you away. You know, he didn't like that. And then I'm sure that it's a lot involved in running a team like that you aren't aware of until you get in the job. So yeah, he decided that he didn't like it. There's also some whisperings around that's saying that, you know, there was a lot of, you know, backstabbing and shady shit going around in the organization that he also did not like, and decided that he would, you know, separate himself from all of that. So yeah, he's stepping down. Plus, Lakers suck, and everybody knows it. Y'all, that's my team. Y'all know. Okay, we ain't even gotta say it. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done there. If you have had a couple of years and what you didn't make any differences, I mean, nobody expects, you know, the team to immediately become like this playoff and championship team. However, it don't take more than a couple of years for you to figure out that maybe this shit ain't for you. Okay, so yeah, Magic Johnson is going on tending to his other businesses and his life. Okay, gonna continue to be a, you know, a side couch coach, just kind of yelling out to the boys what needs to be done and not having to take, you know, responsibility for it, if, you know, for lack of better words. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So congratulations to Dwyane Wade, and I guess we'll see you later, Magic Johnson. And lastly, in quickies, you guys, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X was taken off of the Billboard country charts for not being country enough. I had never heard of the song. I didn't know who the boy was. My son was telling me about him, so I went on and listened to it, and I was like, well, it don't sound like country to me either. I mean, what y'all want me to say? Just because I talk like this does not mean that I am a country vlogger. You have a country twang that actually sounds exaggerated to me. Is that how he sounds? He may sound like that in real life, but okay. So yeah, the song doesn't sound like country to me, but a lot of country music today doesn't sound like, you know, traditional country music to me either. Wasn't Taylor Swift, wasn't she originally a country artist that has now kind of transferred over into like a pop artist? Am I correct about that? I could be wrong. But even when I listen to, you know, country music now has a very, very poppy twist to it now. And I'm used to country sounding like Dolly Parton. That type of sound. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not a professional on the, you know, on the genre of country music, and so I don't know exactly what makes a country song a country song. However, when I hear a country song, I know a country song. You throw a banjo in there, that don't necessarily mean that it's a country song either. But I'm not a country person. I don't necessarily listen to country music, so we'll let the country folks say. If they say it ain't country, then it ain't country. If they say it is, then it is. I'll leave that for them to decide. Billy Ray Cyrus seemed to feel like it was country, and he jumped on the opportunity to do a remix with Lil Nas X, which is the stupidest name. It's just dumb. But anyway, he did the remix, and the remix sounds great. The song is cool. It's got a good beat, and it's cute. But, this song you guys will have forgotten about, or at least you will have forgotten about Lil Nas X, pretty much like you guys have forgotten about Designer. Where is he? Yeah, you guys have been forgot about him. If he don't get any more hits out there, and again, they not even playing that on the radio here, so it's like, not saying that Atlanta is the end all be all, but yeah, whatever. Maybe they're going to start a new genre, country trap, okay? It definitely has that trap beat to it with his country twang on top of it. Throw in a little Billy Ray Cyrus yelling, and I guess we got a country trap hit. Do you guys like the song? Like I said, it's cute enough. It's cute enough. But yeah, I don't know if I feel like it has staying power. But I'm not mad. Hey, get your money, get your 15 minutes while you can. Ride that shit out as far and as long as you can. Lil Nas X. What you guys think about the song? Do you think that it's country? Everything in music right now is so mixed and moshed together. I don't think there's any true genre of music any longer. But we could debate about that maybe another time. Now, I don't really give a fuck right now. I'm just letting y'all know about Lil Nas X and Old Town Road. Y'all like that song? Beyonce will be getting more of our time and maybe some of your coins if you guys don't already have a Netflix subscription, because we will now be able to see the behind the scenes of the performance at Coachella that she did last year. Now, she is going to be putting out a documentary by the name of Homecoming. We are always here for any time we can get a little, just a little peek-see into the lives of Beyonce and Jay-Z and her children. She's super private, so any little bit we'd be like, motherfuckers be thirsty, just as happy as can be. So I'm not sure when it's coming out, but it looks like it's coming soon. And yes, I will definitely be watching. No, I will not be reviewing, but definitely watching. Somebody check on Messy Miles, make sure he has his inhaler. Okay, we want him to be around for all of 2019. Kim Kardashian, they say that she wants to become a lawyer. We have been hearing things about this, especially since she's been very active and trying to, help some people that have been in jail way too long, unfairly, unjustly so. So we have been hearing stories about maybe her possibly wanting to become a lawyer. Now they're saying that in a Vogue interview, that recent release, she is definitely going to be taking the bar in 2022. She's been in an apprenticeship, a 4-year apprenticeship with a law firm in San Francisco. She started that last year, so I guess the whisperings were correct. And if all goes well, she'll be taking the bar in 2022. I have nothing bad to say about that. Okay, I know people always got something to say about the Kardashians. Yes, they can have their times. But I think this is great. I mean, further your education. If you got to use your influence with it, then fine. But she's helped a lot of people who would not have gotten that help without her. Say what you want. I think that is commendable that she's so passionate about doing this and following in the footsteps of her father. And then when she does get her law degree, maybe people won't say that she has no talent and will kind of respect her more. I don't know if that's what she's looking for. I'm sure she's not. But I nothing bad to say. More power to her. I'm always for furthering your education. Get it how you live. Everybody wants me to talk about this Joy and Megan fight that happened on The View. I was expecting it to be this old big blow up. And then when I went on Instagram and looked at the clip and I saw what happened, I was like, man, y'all make a big deal out of everything. Yes, Megan was slick. And yes, Joy was a little perturbed by that. I don't watch the show regularly, so I don't know if they get into it, but you know, that is what their jobs are, to be giving opposing views, you know, at a round table. I kind of equated it to being at work, and you know, you got a co-worker who always says some slick ass shit, and you always got to get yourself together so you don't cuss the bitch out, and next thing you know, you're gonna be in HR having a discussion. It was like the same thing. It happened, and then it, you know, Whoopi was there to kind of squash it, and it was nothing else, unless there's more to a clip that I missed. But I was just like, what is so what? I mean, I really thought there was a whole bunch of going back and forth and yelling and screaming. Yeah, Megan is slick, but I'm sure Joy is used to. I'm sure them ladies are all used to their opinions, very strong opinions. Sometimes they're gonna clash, so it's nothing. It's a nothing story, you guys. And that's it. You guys didn't have much to talk about today. I didn't feel like talking about, you know, all these deaths and shit that's going on in the world and people getting killed, and I just didn't have it in me today, you guys. So I guess we'll talk about my hair. Men, if you don't care about all this, y'all just go on and click off now. Okay, we basically done. I've gotten a lot of people asking me questions about my hair. I did not do my hair. My hair was done by a girl named Bukky out here in Atlanta. She did my hair. I was referred by Shauna J. I told you guys that. I am not sure what this hair is. What this is called City Twist, possibly Passion Twist. There's so many different twists, and I think what makes them all different, even though the technique might be about the same, I think it's the differences in the hair. So this is probably a mixture of a kinky twist and maybe a passion twist and a spring twist. This hair, like I said, she provided it, so I don't know what this hair was, but I can describe it to you. It's a mixture of like kinky and the spring coiled hair. So what I'm saying is, if you guys can see, this hair is coiled on the ends, but it's coarse. So it's different from the spring twist hair in that it's not as springy and coily, and that hair, I have never felt it, but it looks like it's not as coarse as this hair is. And I think that kinky hair, like afro hair, is just no coil. Okay, it's almost as if you had brushed out 4C hair. So I think that that's what the difference is. That's the best description that I've been able to come up with just by watching videos and going through hundreds and hundreds of pictures trying to make sure that I got her to, you know, get my look the way that I wanted it to. But yeah, you guys, I love it, and she cut it for me. It was not cut, I mean, it wasn't this length, I mean, you know, it was longer, so she cut it for me. She cut it exactly how I wanted it. She just did a great job. So I'll leave her information in the description box for anybody out here in the Atlanta area that might be interested in having her do your own hair. But as far as this hair, it is very, very light. Now, I have had braids upon braids upon braids, all types of braids in my lifetime, and all of the braids that I have had some sort of tension on my edges. This is the very first time that I have had hair in my head that is so freaking light. This hair is so light, and for it to be as, you know, it has so much volume, I don't feel like I have anything in my hair. And many of us, how many of you guys have had individuals or box braids as they call them now? You done got a whole full head of damn individuals, and then you know that you got to get the shit dipped, and that's gonna add even more weight to it. All right, or how many of you guys have had your hair braided, and you know, when they get around the edges, you be feeling like you need to put your hand up there and hold on to the braid so the shit don't pull off as they are just trying to braid your hair? Or is that just me? You guys know I have my edges are weak, so I was worried about that, and she kept telling me that the hair is light, you know, you're not gonna feel it, and you know, they always say that. Just trying to keep it real with you guys. A lot of braiders will say, oh no, I don't braid hard, and it's not going to be heavy, and it's not going to... This is the very first time that literally the girl braids, and I didn't feel no knuckles in my head. I didn't feel like she was pulling hard on it, and it is extremely light. No tension whatsoever. It's amazing how the hair handles. Now, is this hair human hair? I don't believe that it is. I'm sure it's synthetic. However, it's a higher quality, you know, if that makes sense, synthetic hair. And as long as you know, treat it right, you shouldn't have any problems with it. I just put it up in a bun when I go to sleep, and then in the morning I take it down. I do one of these numbers here. I try to get Jada to get my baby hairs correct. We got the elevator baby hair in there today, y'all. And I just go on about my business. It is very no muss, no fuss hair. I like it. It's just fun, and it's different, and it's looking better as the days go on. I just put some coconut oil on it, you know, every couple of days, every 3 days or so, and that's it. That's it. I'm gonna wash it probably in like 4 weeks. So I'm gonna try to, you know, keep the shit together, because I'm really concerned about just still hair around the edges there. I don't want to be washing it and it slipping and, you know, the hair coming off, because that hair still is very short up front where she was able to catch onto the hair and braid it. But yeah, I love it, you guys. It's great. It's been different, and I feel carefree and fun, and hell, you guys keep telling me I look younger, child. We gonna take that shit. Any little help we can get, I'm gonna take it. But yeah, so that's it. That is it. City twist slash kinky twist slash passion twist slash spring twist, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit of all of that in here. Basically 4C synthetic hair that's twisted onto my hair. These are individually braided, so not a wig, not a unit, anything like that. All right? And I think I answered all of the questions. But if you have any more, you guys leave it down there in the comments section, and I will answer them. You guys know I'm always in the comments. And that's it. But they cute, huh? Guys, the pollen is so bad today. I just literally saw a puff of green smoke just go by my front window of my car. Let me get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.